I'm Weichao Yuwen. I joined the UW Nursing and Healthcare Leadership Program last year, and today I'll talk about sleep. But before that, I want to ask you a few questions to wake you up. How many of you raise your hand if you sleep every day? Great. Okay. And how long do you sleep every day? 8 hours, 6, 7, 10, 11. I've heard 16 hours. Okay. All right, so let's see how sleep is in children, in families with young children with chronic conditions. So early childhood is a critical period when lifelong sleep habits are forming. So this is an opportune period to identify sleep problems and possibly intervene early. However, studies have found that an estimated 10 to 40% of young children in the States have sleep problems. These include bedtime resistance, so these curtain calls, can I have another cup of water? You're nodding, you see those in your children too. Frequent night awakenings, etc. So I study a child chronic condition, which we found that sleep disturbances is even more common. So this is juvenile idiopathic arthritis, or JIA. It's an autoimmune condition in childhood where children have arthritis in their arms, joints. And we found that 73% of school-age children with JIA have sleep disturbances. So we wanted to look at younger children, so 2 to 5-year-olds, because in these children, they may wake up their parents more often in the night, so that may affect also their parents' sleep. So we looked at their patterns, quality, and hygiene in these families. So we included 13 families of young children with arthritis and one of their parents, 16 families of children, typically developing children and their parents. We studied their sleep in their homes for 10 days. How do we do that? First, for sleep hygiene practices, we asked the parents 2 simple questions. Does your child have a regular sleep bedtime routine and regular bedtime? And for sleep patterns and quality, we ask the parents to keep daily sleep diaries. And we also use a watch called actigraphy. How many of you have heard Fitbit? Great. This one is only about 10 times more expensive than Fitbit and a little bit more accurate than Fitbit. So what we get from the actigraphy watch, we get their sleep patterns, which include their bedtime, rise time, total sleep timing minutes. We also can compute, use an algorithm to compute from the data about their sleep quality, which includes how many minutes they wake up after they fall asleep, and the sleep efficiency, which is the percentage of how much they sleep over the time they stay in bed. The higher, the better. What do we find? So we find that for sleep hygiene practices, parents in both groups said that their child have very regular bedtime routine and very regular bedtime. So the parents think that their children sleep very well. They manage their sleep perfectly. However, the actigraphy watch showed the totally opposite. So you can see that from this actigraphy watch data, we found that children have very variable bedtime, actually 1 hour standard deviation, meaning that children sleep 8 p.m. tonight, may go to sleep at 10 p.m. the next day. So they did not sleep regularly, nor did they sleep enough or well. These children sleep about 8 to 9 hours, which is less than the recommended 10 to 13 hours of sleep for 2 to 5-year-olds. And we see the same pattern in parents. They did not sleep regularly, they did not sleep enough, nor did they sleep well. So we see this similar pattern in parents and children, right? So we did some additional exploratory analysis to see whether their parent and child sleep are related to each other. And what we found is that actually this relationship existed only in the JIA group, so the children with chronic conditions. Maybe these parents are more vigilant, so they wake up more often. Maybe these children, when they have, this one doesn't advance, so maybe these children, when they are in pain, they wake up their parents more often. So we see this synchronous pattern in the JIA group only. If we could advance. Okay. So from this study, we can see that both children and their parents do not sleep regularly. They don't have good hygiene. They don't sleep enough, and they don't sleep well. So as a healthcare provider, we need to assess sleep more often in our routine practices, and we need to develop interventions to help these families to sleep better. And this is actually what I'm doing right now. We're writing a grant to develop a program to include the parents in designing an intervention to help their sleep and their sleep and their children sleep better. So these are some elements in the sleep intervention. You know, I know you all do it very well, right? At least you think you do it very well. So lastly, I wanted to thank the Office of Research for this great opportunity. I've only been in UW for less than a year, but I feel so fortunate to be in this community. So if you're interested in sleep or family research, please feel free to talk to me more. Thank you.